Guys, I f***ed up. Yeah. Donald Trump hit me with the okie doke. One of them, yeah, I made an episode about Trump shutting down federal funding for the Center for Public Broadcasting, known as the CPB, the parent company of NPR and PBS. And because Mr. Candy Corn pissed me off so damn much, I wanted to get something out quick. So I made an episode about how NPR and PBS would be shutting down. But that's not true. Only their parent company is shutting down, because federal funding only represents 1% of the funding that sustains NPR and PBS. Thank you, Carrie Suzanne98, for pointing that out, by the way. See, over here, we don't think that enough news sources point out when they get hit with the okie doke. Why is everybody not underscoring that it's only 1% of their total funding? Even them themselves aren't pointing that out very effectively, because none of them want you to focus your attention on the important things. That's just, in general, how it is with the news. But at this very moment, I mean that they don't want you to focus on Texas or Epstein. Everything everyone's doing right now is to distract and shift focus from Texas and also Epstein. That includes the deployment of National Guard troops to D.C. Please, everybody in there, stay safe, by the way. The crazy man's just pulling a publicity stunt. He'll be done with that soon. By declaring a national emergency on crime, despite crime being at a 30-year low there, it is the dictionary definition of a distraction to draw on your attention. This guy is a lame. Consumer sentiment is not great. The economy is not on the upswing right now. Trump knows he's in hot water, and things are going to start coming due soon. People are not happy, and they're looking for opportunities to stick it to the man. So he said, why not? I'll make a paragraph. Why not? I'm not even talking about the DC stuff. Again, that's just a distraction. He directly asked the Texas government to gerrymander or redraw the voting districts for the state of Texas in an effort to pick up 5 additional seats in the House of Representatives. That's important because you need a certain amount of votes in the House in order to pass any real bills in Congress, an amount that he doesn't currently have. He only has a simple majority, and there are only 2 types of bills that Congress can pass with a simple majority: a budget reconciliation, like the big booty bouncing bill, and a rescission, like the thing that took away NPR's funding. So he's already done all of the things that he can do. They're tapped out on congressional bills. So he's got to try to start fudging the numbers and coming up with random things and bending the rules. But as as his gerrymandering process is, it has been a very specific 10-year cadence that it happens. For every single state, it's 10 years. So show me when it last happened in Texas. Yeah, we're mid-cycle. Well, they're just doing a straight up bold-faced paragraph. And that's not even me interpreting it. That's literally what they've said. We're going to do what we want to do. It's just like, what is an abuse of power if we can't call that it? That's what it is. Like, bump the norms, the rules. Why don't you stop me a little bit? Like, that's what they said. And luckily, there are some people who are trying to stop it with bills that would nationally ban redistricting mid-cycle, and with some tit-for-tat plans for the Democrats to offset any gains that the Republicans might make should they succeed in redistricting Texas. But I'm not going to tell you that any of those initiatives are going to work, because I don't trust politicians. So as far as I know, all those Democrat efforts are just to calm us down so that we'll sit in the cup chair while the Republicans beat their cheeks in even harder. They're still losing. They're still losing. They're still losing. They're still losing. Like, sorry, let me not do that. Maybe they succeed at stopping them this time. I'll let that be a surprise, though. Fuck them until they actually do something, though. So what can we do? What can we do to offset our incompetent representation? We can tell Trump to go fuck himself. Like, actually, we can actually do that. We can actually tell them to go fuck themselves, guys. That's because they know that they don't have the numbers. Republican politicians have recognized and stated this numerous times over decades, over 40 years of saying this.
In fact, our leverage in the elections, quite candidly, goes up as the voting populace goes down.
They just don't want to balance things fairly, because if we did that in a representative manner, not even trying to be unfair, they would be gone, long gone. We can get rid of them. We can use his incredible gravity, their entire incredible gravity, against them. And I mean, just look at that. It is some incredible gravity. Gerrymandering, by the way, is not legal in Michigan. The redrawing of district maps is done by a nonpartisan, transparent third-party organization called the Michigan Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission, the MICRC, who involve everyday regular citizens to help with the process of redrawing the maps. Michigan doesn't do what Texas is trying to do, because the people banned it through a ballot initiative. And that, my good people, is how we're going to get his ass.